Okay, narrative breakers. I am absolutely furious with this story. I've been shaking all morning. I actually haven't slept for about 24 hours because I'm just I gotta speak. I have to speak. This is a different video than regular ones. I gotta speak. I could be getting myself blackballed with some things with this video, and I just don't care no more. I'm the type of person where I cannot hold truth for only so long, bro, until I just explode. MAGA Republicans are, a lot of them are turning on Elon Musk. And just political disagreements, not saying that they're rioting and saying they won't support Musk. They're disagreeing with Musk because of him encouraging the implementation of more migrant workers into America, claiming that they have better capabilities than Americans, and white Americans have been targeted, called stupid through this whole interaction. I've been Republican since I was 6 years old. Like I said it on my tweet, I'd rather have a country filled with KKK and white supremacists than have individuals that did not bleed on our land and doesn't share our culture. I got to draw my line in the sand somewhere. I'm a nationalist. I've been a nationalist, and I'm going to stay a nationalist, and I don't approve of it. I used to work in a digital marketing company that had me as a project manager along with two other Americans, and we had to oversee about 40 projects each. Anytime we took a break from work, the people that was employed there, which so happened were Indian, had riddled us with problems anytime we took a break, and without the American workers to oversee it, nothing would have been accomplished. We are told that these are the individuals that have to run our country and be flocked in. Why can't they build their own nation? I got a compilation of videos that disgust me so much that has prevented me from sleeping, which you guys are about to see. I am at my limit with the propaganda. I'm at my limit. It's obvious that tech bros are looking out for themselves while Americans get on the back burner, and we got receipts. Another thing, I don't agree with Laura Loomer on a lot, and I mean a lot. If you didn't know, you know now. Plenty reasons why. Hell, I'm not against her. She has my phone number. I got her phone number. It's just some things on how she handled herself with me. I don't give a damn about what Laura Loomer done with anyone else. It's for what she did with me. I strongly disapprove of. But I tell you one thing right here, America. I will not sit here and stand against this woman and take the side of a Malaysian or these foreigners telling her what the hell she can and can't say about American policy. I won't do it. And I'm fed up. I see Americans going against her and taking the side of foreigners. Cut it out. Especially for those of you that never had any interaction with this woman. I have integrity. That's why a lot of people come to me, because they come for whatever the integrity I claim I have. Listen, I ain't even start the reels yet. I'm fed up. If you ain't noticed, I am fucking fed up. They are actually changing our nation, changing our culture to the point where it's not going to be recognized. And I will stand for the right for natural born Americans. Let's get into our video. I'm sorry for being long-winded. It's time to start.
It's the elephant in the room is just get married to a US citizen, make that happen, figure it out.
Stay tuned for our upcoming episode on finding romance with people of the US.
I say it jokingly, but you'd be surprised how many people have to actively think about that now, because, anyway.
I'll just say, by the way, that's an untapped market opportunity here. By the way, we're talking obviously about, people actually doing this for the right reasons. But I know a lot of single American friends who have been looking for love for a very, very long time and have been unsuccessful, right? And they would love nothing better than a very smart...
Now, this is the individuals... I believe the one on the far right are individuals coming to the Trump campaign, and people on Twitter have been speaking their distrust of them entering the administration and pushing for more pro-immigration, for race mixing and things like that. And it's not saying that, I'm not even going to respond to that. But look, a lot of people, a lot of Americans are worried to see that the incoming administration is somewhat pro against American culture. Somewhat, I have to say. I got to be careful with my words here, because it's almost as if these new people coming in are trying to change what America looks like, and that doesn't sit well for natural born Americans.
Accomplished Indian boy or girl, right? It could be suitable boy, suitable girl, right? That they would love to get married to. So there is a rom-com to be made here somewhere, right? Like, I can totally just see it in my head, right? You're like, hey, I want to get, citizenship. You're like, I haven't found love, and they come together, and then immigration brings them together. Maybe they get married at an embassy or a consulate somewhere. Let's make it happen, Hollywood. Sorry.
Here we go, guys. Let me pause this. Nope. I'm sorry about that. Let me pause this real quick. Apologies for that. We got to go back. Here we go. So this is something that really disturbs the living out of me. This person that we're about to speak about works for Elon Musk. Now, someone addressed it and told Elon today, said, hey, one of your engineers is racist. Elon said he's a troll, but with a little over the top in the past few days. Okay, if that's okay for Elon just to slap on the wrist, why is he attacking Laura Loomer or anyone else that speaks out against this immigration thing? If people can actively troll against white people and be openly racist, because these tweets I'm going to show y'all by this engineer that Elon says is troll is damning. It's ugly, it's disgusting. If he can say, oh, all's fun and love and war, well then how can he sit here and utilize Twitter, which is a massive social media network, a news network, it's not social media, a news network, and weaponize it against the individuals that sounding off for Americans? How? How is it that racist jokes against white people is allowed, but if someone is claiming that American culture, American jobs, American stability and safety is at threat, is in danger, that can be ridiculed and riddled off as ignore her, ignore that, don't pay it no mind. But his trolls can get to say and do whatever they want on the platform. That's absolutely unacceptable. And we got to take off the favoritism glasses. Right here, here's the individual. Right here, the same person in question. If your race is so great, why am I out? Man, look at this. This stuff, oh, I'm so pissed, y'all. Oh, Jesus. This is the most frustrated I've been ever shooting a video. And this is a person that works for X. But hey, as long as this individual says he's trolling, it's all good. Let it be Facebook, someone getting caught saying these things. This is why people are furious. He's telling white people to shut up. What have you built? What have you invented? It's absolutely disgusting trolling. How is that okay? How is that okay, yet someone else that is against this propaganda gets silenced? How is this okay? What type of country are we in where people that are born in this country can be ridiculed by foreigners on an app that controls their voices? I'm going to speak. You guys know I'm going to speak. There's a reason why I'm demonetized and most people aren't. I worked harder than most. I'm at 1.5 million followers without the Elon Musk replies. None of you knew me. The conservative space existed without me and exists without me. I came in November 2022 because I worked damn hard. And I don't speak about it much. I didn't get pushed in. TPUSA didn't bring me in. Fox News didn't bring me in. I worked hard. And I surpassed a lot of people that existed before me. To sit here and be treated the way I do, man. To sit here and constantly be pushed to the side. When I'm someone that actually understands what it takes to be successful in America without having to go through the motions. Because a lot of people can't really even tell you about success when it takes 4 or 5 people to help them exist. I exist by myself. My voice is my own. And that's why they demonetize it. They cannot afford to be paying someone that doesn't need the money. So here we see Elon Musk, Laura Loomer. Elon Musk, Laura Loomer is actually the person who said the text at the top. Of course, Ian Miles Cheong in great fashion went to attack Laura Loomer. Ian Miles Cheong is a Malaysian individual. Why do we have Malaysians, which I have spoke about since 2022? You guys are allowing this Malaysian to get so much clout on the internet and get so much support in America that when it's time for us to sway the opinions of Americans, he's going to be someone that can do so, and it's all of your fault. And damn it, I was right. You got someone from Malaysia pushing for pro-immigration in America. He doesn't even live here, nor has he lived there. But because people gave him such a platform, there's some poor fool that's going to listen and think it's the truth. That's why we got to be careful and strengthen the voices of Americans. That's how we get propagandized. And like Laura said, Laura's right. Every time there's a problem, you got these dick riders come out and put his whole balls in his throat. I'm sorry if we got children listening. I'm sorry. I'm fed up. People just want authenticity. And man, I got to keep going. I'm spending too much time.
The rideshare company Uber has fired more than 1,000 workers since July, mostly Americans. That's about 2% of its workforce. Meanwhile, during the same period, the federal government has approved hundreds of new H-1B visas for Uber. And that means they can replace those workers with foreign scabs who will work for less. It's like outsourcing, but even easier because Uber doesn't even have to build a new building. Now, there's nothing unusual about what Uber is doing. There's bipartisan consensus in Washington that we desperately need smart people from overseas to do the jobs that Americans are too badly educated to do. No reason to fix our schools or make sure higher education is serious and non-frivolous. We can just import people from countries that take education seriously. And that's what we do. That's why the U.S. government passes out foreign worker visas to allow corporations to replace people like you with people who live 6,000 miles away. Now, you probably haven't even heard of the F1 optional practical training program, but in just 4 years, from 2009 to 2000...
Mind you, this Tucker Carlson exposing the same problem that we're dealing with right now. Guys, this stuff has been exposed. Even Donald Trump exposed it in 2020, and guess who was against it? Elon Musk. I got the receipts for it.
2013. That program...
This H-1B visas are being taken advantage of to infiltrate American jobs.
Replaced nearly 500,000 American jobs. The program allows foreign students who studied American universities to stay in the country after they graduate. In other words, we're just going to staple a green card to their diploma. You probably heard that phrase recently. And since employers who use F-1B visas are not required to pay payroll taxes, they get, in effect, a tax subsidy for hiring foreigners over U.S. citizens. How's that for America Last? Maybe the program would make sense if Americans really couldn't fill all those jobs, but it turns out there are plenty who could. Just ask the thousands who were recently laid off by Uber. According to the Economic Policy Institute, fully half of all American STEM majors, that is people who study technology, don't end up working in STEM jobs. Isn't that weird? The only people who actually benefit from these visa programs are tech billionaires in Silicon Valley. They're getting richer no matter what. And
like I said, they're taking advantage of Americans. It's all for the money. They're cheaper. These people aren't more qualified. If India is more qualified, someone please explain to me why they aren't being used in the countries that need military intelligence. I'm trying to figure out. I'm really trying to figure out, why does Israel use countries like America for aid and not India? Bring in their smartest and their wisest. Hell, why isn't India at the height of its career right now? Why isn't it the most technically advanced nation? And more importantly, why during Operation High Jump did Americans bring in Nazi Germany scientists instead of Indian scientists? I mean, obviously they're the most educated. I mean, obviously they have the most resources. We're just dumb Americans, especially the white ones. They're just dumb, of course. What's the point? Why bring in Germans? Why bring in Swedish? Why bring in white Americans? It's no point. Like I said, I'm a status. In 1960s, we had whites that fought for blacks. In 1964, white people fought for blacks with the civil rights. And they knew that the civil rights movement was BS because LBJ, he switched it up after JFK death. White people saw it. They spoke out about it. Here we are, 2024. We're dealing with the same problems except now for the white man, and it's time for black people to speak up and defend them.
Foreign nationals who want to live in San Francisco. And our government makes it easy for them to do that. Who gets hurt? Well, among others, the college graduates who took on huge amounts of student loan debt only to be dumped into a system where their foreign replacements get preference over them. This is happening on a grand scale, and both parties are for it, including many Republicans in Washington. It tells you a lot about where their priorities are.
American workers are losing jobs because of a law designed to help the job market. The H-1B visa bill was written in 1990. It lets companies recruit foreign talent for emerging engineering and scientific jobs. But loopholes allow for outsourcing of American jobs to foreign workers, often at lower pay. Bill Whitaker spoke to some Americans displaced by H-1B visa workers for Sunday's 60 Minutes. They say they were asked to train workers.
And this is another thing that we need to talk about. Hey, I'm not ignorant. I work for a tech development company. I'm actually pretty tech proficient. I'm someone that understands how to give a system or do API integrations or to create the brain of an AI system, to give it orders and commands. I'm not ignorant. And I'm telling you, another thing that's being done in America is that because we have foreigners coming in, holding these high positions, guess what it allows us to do? It allows us to lower the amount of money you have to pay them. So you have some positions that's supposed to be getting paid goddamn $210,000 a year, getting paid $85,000 a year, because majority of them are individuals that aren't from America. We just need to pay our people more. There are so many individuals that have gone to college. Look at the science fairs. Look at the job fairs of computer science majors, riddled with white people looking for a job. Why don't they have a job after America told them to get an education in computer science? Our country betrayed them. I remember when I was going to school, they told me to get a computer science degree. And I sat there at Penn State and I got my finance. I was focused on finance. I was like, it might have more longevity. I possibly could have been right. Because what's happening right now, it's a very scary time to be anything in software if you're not outside this country. It's corporate greed. It's greed.
I didn't get laid off for lack of work. I got laid off because somebody cheaper could.
The more important point, I think, Mr. President, is we need high-skilled workers in this country.
Yes.
We need to recruit the best and brightest from the world. Every time we get somebody super intelligent from India or Europe, any country, that's
three of us
one
are
less,
immigrants, sir.
Yeah, and 3 of the 4 here are immigrants, the ones without the ties. And we can get these great people into our country, and that's a loss for our adversaries and our competitors, and it's a gain for us. But I've never heard you talk about this. Can you please promise us you will give us more ability to import the best and brightest around the world to America?
I do promise, but I happen to agree. That's why I promise. Otherwise, I wouldn't promise. Let me just tell you that it's so sad when we lose people from Harvard, MIT, from the greatest schools and lesser schools that are phenomenal schools also. And what I wanted to do, and I would have done this, but then we had to solve the COVID problem because that came in and, sort of dominated for a little while, as you perhaps
And I'll highlight this tweet, what he about to speak on. He did try to do it in 2020, and I got the receipt.
perhaps know. But what I want to do and what I will do is you graduate from a college, I think you should get automatically as part of your diploma a green card to be able to stay in this country. And that includes junior colleges too. Anybody graduates from a college, you go in there for 2 years or 4 years. If you graduate or you get a doctorate degree from a college, you should be able to stay in this country. And you know more stories than I do, but I know of stories where people graduated from a top college or from a college and they desperately wanted to stay here. They had a plan for a company, a concept, and they can't. They go back to India, they go back to China, they do the same basic company in those places, and they become multi-billionaires employing thousands and thousands of people, and it could have been done here. And a bigger example is you need a pool of people to work for your companies. You have great companies, and they have to be smart people. Not everybody can be less than smart. You need brilliant people. And we force the brilliant people, the people that graduate from college, the people that are number one.
I love Big Trump to death. That goes without saying. I do. Mr. President, please don't put no green cards in these niggas' diplomas if they graduate. That's all I'm going to say.
In their class from the best colleges, you have to be able to recruit these people and keep the people. It was such a big deal. Somebody graduates at the top of the class. They can't even make a deal with the company because they don't think they're going to be able to stay in the country. That is going to end on day one.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, that's great. Well, I think we all wholeheartedly agree with that. Being in the tech industry, we understand the importance of that. They're telling us that you have to go to dinner, Mr. President. So thank you so much for spending so much time with us.
I walked into a small conference room with about 24 highly respected fellows.
So this is a Disney executive talking about how he was forced to train people to replace Americans. It's a grim reality of what we're facing right now. If only we listened back then.
IT workers. The Disney executive made a harsh announcement to us all. All of you in this room will be losing your jobs in the next 90 days. Your jobs have been given over to a foreign workforce. In the meantime, you will be training your replacements until your jobs are 100% transferred over to them. And if you do not cooperate, you will not receive any severance pay. I was completely silent during this meeting, thinking how this was going to affect my coworkers. How was I going to break news to my family and pay all of our expenses? I would soon be living on unemployment. Later that same day, I clearly remember going to the local church pumpkin sale and having to tell the kids I couldn't buy any of that here because of my job. was being turned over to a foreign worker. I started to think what kind of an American I was becoming. Was I going to become part of ruining our country by taking severance pay in exchange for training my foreign replacement? How many other American families would be affected by the same foreign worker that I trained? The first part of my 90-day period was focused on capturing all that we did with our jobs. We all felt extremely humiliated when the foreign worker sat next to us and watched everything that we did. The final period of the 90 days was the most disgraceful and demoralizing, as we had to watch the foreign workers completely take over our jobs. And we came to grips that the upcoming Disney jobs promise didn't exist. Then finally, on January 31st of 2015, we were ordered to turn in our company badges, laptops, and then ushered out the door. How can it be that everybody that hears these stories about Disney and the like, from the barbers to the bankers, are completely shocked? Yet our lawmakers continue to debate the topic and take no action. The reason that more affected IT workers don't come out into the public is twofold. And that is why most lawmakers mostly hear from the tech giants and are very rarely heard from the displaced American workers who will disclose themselves publicly.
We got to do something. We got to do something. At the end of the day, we live in a country right now where Malaysians are advocating for South Africans to bring in India immigrants. If I'm wrong for this, then my party has betrayed me and my party has left me behind. And if I'm just an old head stuck on the past, then please go in the comments and tell me, Dom, you stuck on the past, let it go, let's move forward. And God damn it, I'll move forward. But to me, in my heart, I just don't think this is right. You guys know I love y'all, regardless cover. I've proved it time and time again. Hell, I'm risking cancellation from talking about this stuff. I don't care. I care about this country. I care about our history. I care about our culture. I care about you. Laura Loom ain't wrong on this. I agree and stand with the goddammit. Fuck them tech bros, man. These people demonetized us, made our life hell, and just because they want to give some money to Trump, they on our team. Fuck them niggas. That's how I feel about it. I'm not about to sit here and bend the knee to money. Our forefathers didn't care about the money. God damn it, we need to start having the spirit of America and stop caring about the money. We threw that shit in the ocean in Boston about the property, about taxes on T's. What happened? How did we get so weak? Disappointed. I'm going to keep fighting for us. I'm going to keep fighting for you. That's who I am, and that's who I want to be. You guys don't understand how much liking these videos help me out. Please click the like button. Please click the like button. Please click the like button, because it will really help me push the video out, and it does wonders for me. If you are able as well, click the notification. Well, click the notification button to stay updated, of course, but click the comment button and leave a comment. Let me know. Have I overstepped my way? Have I gone too far? Am I wrong in this? Please let me know. I'm not saying I'm against Indians or nothing. Like I said, in the summer, I even spoke on YouTube a lot of times when it was going on. Look at my videos in the summer. I was like, man, why is everyone being racist to Indians? This isn't cool. This doesn't push us forward. Oh, no, I'm not. Don't ever think I'm not racist to Indians. Bro, I'm an individual that has a Sri Yantra in my house. And I used to study everything that was Indian. I used to meditate every day focusing on the Biju, which is the red dot in the middle of the Sri Yantra. I'm far from that. Like, I embrace their culture. It's a beautiful culture, but it's theirs. It's not ours. And we can appreciate things from afar, just like they can appreciate us. The ones that come the right way, cool. But if you're talking about increasing immigration, if you're talking about making things worse, a lot of these people don't hire Americans when Indians get in charge. Hey, it's not racist. They hire other Indians. This is a real problem. There are many many tech employees that will sit here and can agree with me on this. I'm sorry, guys. I'm just very frustrated about this one. This one has really got me in my feelings. When I normally do these videos, I don't have emotion with it. I'm just reporting the news. I try not to be biased. And if it's looking like I'm showing a bias, I'm sorry. But I'm just fed up, especially with Twitter. Twitter has gotten to the point, it is so disgusting that if you speak out against it, you'll be riddled with community notes. I got hit with a community note about posting this video of New York last year, which I did last year. And it has my watermark on it. Fox News, Daily Loud, it doesn't matter, Say Cheese, all of them, they put their watermarks on the video to let you know, hey, this is where you saw the video. This is where it came from. We didn't create it, but this is who covered the video. And you leave that watermark there so individuals, if someone takes your video, which it happens a lot, I have a big account. When people take the video, they'll post the video without context. Well, if the watermark's on there and people are super confused, they can go to the original poster and see what the context of the video is. They've started community noting only me for the watermark, and I'll have full context there. After I said something about it, they community noted me about a video with a chicken bringing fire. Didn't disprove a damn thing I said. It simply just said, yes, this is happening. What's the point of that? You know how many people don't really read community notes and they just see the community note there and it looks like you're ignorant? I have made over 500 videos on YouTube. Most of them are private now. Over 500 videos. I haven't been corrected on YouTube once. I thought this was supposed to be the #1 censored speech platform. We are being lied to about Twitter, and I'm done hiding in lies. There's no reason. They try to create a false perception of yourself by telling you that you're wrong or telling you that you got information wrong when you can go to a very liberal app and they can embrace you and allow your voice and allow you to flourish. And I'm super thankful to YouTube for that. I'm not saying I'll never get X'd off, but it is showing that there is some problems with Twitter. I've been here for a year without any problems. I go through problems with Twitter every day, which is why I post less. I tell you guys time and time again, expect to see me more on YouTube. It feels so much better to be able to express myself the way I want to because that app is fucking CIA controlled. God damn it. It's profiling people. It's not even a real goddamn app. There's a reason why they all brag about, oh, we #1 downloaded in news. Nigga, you're not social media. So of course you're going to brag about being a news download. I'm not even going to get into this. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. Like I said, I got 1.5 million in a year with these. I was literally a poor black American. I changed my life with this. I'm retired. I did this all through hard work. I know a thing or two about this system. And they keep alienating creative creators. If you're a creator that can get to 1.5 million on your own, you'll get community noted and deplatformed and pushed off that damn app because they want to have creators that can't get to over 500,000 without Elon Musk reply. That leads to dependency, and that leads to a friend that you can depend on in times like these, and that's what he need. When everyone else is pissed, those that know they got to depend on Elon Musk's response, guess what they're going to say? Oh, it's not that bad with immigration. Ignore those MAGA Republicans. They're extremists. He's buying his way into our party, bro. Fuck that, man. Enough is enough. I'm a Trump supporter. I've been a Trump supporter. I'm going to be a Trump supporter. I'm none of these other things that we are right now. I don't know what else we are. But it was Trump or nothing for me. And it always has been, and it's always going to be. I don't know where we at, but I'll tell you I know where we need to head. Obviously, my video has somehow messed up on me. I don't care. I'm sorry for it. I can't even change it. It looks like my camera is frustrated as I am. I'm going to go ahead and end this video, man. Thank you guys for joining. I don't understand how this just happened, but thanks for joining. Appreciate your support. Please click notification bell to stay updated. I'm probably going to do another video today, get this camera straightened out, and hit the notification bell to stay updated. I might have said that 2-3 times. Lord Jesus, I'm so aggravating. I'm so aggravated, Lord. I'm so aggravated, boy. All right. See you on the next.